So I don't know. I wonder if it's like something's in the water, something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I was just wondering, just make sure, because I mean, you said you didn't have you don't have your cherubesque happy smile going on. Oh, there it is. There it is.
I'll get there.
No, usually I walk up and you're shitting and grinning, and you just kind of look kind of.
Usually he's in his chair shitting and grinning.
Yeah, I try to do both at the same time.
Yeah, I get it.
It really brings the ambiance of the room up.
Two birds stoned at once.
It'd be the worst place to shit yourself.
I mean, it'll go through the cracks.
I mean,
No, that's not what I'm concerned about. I'm concerned about how hot it is in here.
We'll just breathe through
It's gonna
just breathe through our mouths for a while.
Yeah, that's fine.
I breathe in the vapors.
Get high off my shit.
Sheesh! You're gonna die.
Give me 1 second, because I still have tears in my eyes.
He's dying inside.
You have a grumpy face by default.
Man, I don't even live here.
Did I remember my keys, or am I just stupid?
Oh, I don't like how this is going.
I think it's for dummies.
God, I smell dog shit.
Welcome to the Absurdity Podcast. I'm Cameron, and I now have to sleep with an apparatus shoved up my nose just so I don't snore at night.
Gotta love the old sleep apnea, my guy.
Yeah.
Getting older, getting bolder, and getting a little more robotic every day.
My wife can't sleep at night when I'm snoring. So,
oh, yeah.
The $15 man.
So I spent $17 on a nose
$17
apparatus.
Ooh, just nose apparatus.
That literally blows air up into my nose so I can breathe better.
Has
Have
she
you
ever
ever tried to ask your wife to blow up your nose to see if you can sleep?
Yeah, she said no.
Wasn't about nose blowing?
No.
I mean,
She was like, well, that kind of defeats the purpose of me trying to get some sleep.
Yeah.
Well, if you're selfish, yeah.
Blowing in your nose.
You'd be like, baby, I'd blow in your nose.
Yeah,
all you gotta do is
only
ask.
think about yourself. I see how it is.
I'd stay up late just to blow in her nose.
All right.
I'd blow your nose, baby.
Well, hello. I'm DK, the man who let his climbing hobby become his most outstanding personality trait now, guys. Didn't mean to let it happen, but now, literally, that's everyone in my circle of friends knows me just because of climbing. And it's kind of sad because I'm a lot more than just climbing, guys.
Yeah. You're a podcaster.
Oh, I don't know if I want to let everyone know about that one now.
Yeah.
of course you
It's
do.
a fact that I'm just like,
This is a great show.
I mean, it's a great show, but do I want to advertise the fact
Listen,
that
I want
I'm
to
a
advertise the
podcaster?
fact I make a lot of money from doing a show.
Yeah, not even.
At that point, I'd be like, I'm a professional
But
podcaster.
listen,
I make money.
we can't make the money until those people know you're a podcaster and listen to the show.
Well, I've added a couple more fans this week, so hopefully we see that in the numbers.
Well, our estimated audience is rising.
Excellent.
I've noticed that. Because normally when I add an episode,
Uh-huh.
it drops. But we're well, no, because it averages plays to how many episodes.
And
have.
because you have a new episode, it's like 0. So
yeah,
it's like,
so it drops it. But we were sitting at 13 before. I know, yeah.
Hell yeah.
We were sitting at 13 before the episode dropped. It dropped down to 12, and it's back at 13.
Nice.
And we're only at 5 plays so far today.
Nice. 5
so
today. I know
is
of
that
at
13
least
just-
3 of those plays then, so that's cool.
I'm one too.
Is it
Oh,
13
no, okay,
just
then
on
that's 4.
YouTube?
Yeah. I think we were on 3 or 4 plays on YouTube.
I gave out the YouTube link today to some friends who said they would rather watch YouTube, but I know 2 people hit me up. I was told Renee and Tom,
Hi,
the
Renee and
listeners
Tom.
of the show, they told me not to watch The Ranch.
But it's so good.
Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. You kept talking about it, and as soon as you said Danny Masterson, I immediately have no want to watch this show since he was ever involved in it.
I don't know who that is.
Then go in
The cover of his face when he was on the TV.
But that's the thing is,
5.
it's gonna be started already, and I don't know what's going on. 5 seasons with Danny Masterson? No, hard pass. This is me saying hard pass. No. Because how many seasons of the show is there? Like 7?
9.
It's over half the show you can't watch.
I can't. It's ruined.
But once Dex comes in, it's kind of like a whole new storyline. So
I mean,
you could just jump in
not
out
the
there.
same.
maybe, probably not though. I'll just let you guys quote The Ranch as much as you want, and I'll just sit over here and just be like, "Yeah."
I mean, I
The
can't
Ranch.
quote. I don't know what that is.
Cameron, it's all you. You got
Yeah,
it.
it's
right
all
now.
you.
Quote it. I haven't watched it in a while. But
Self-quote where he can giggle to himself. Everyone else just stare and be like, okay, cool.
Doesn't he already do that though?
Yeah, he does.
I do. It is what it
We
is.
just don't try to talk about it.
Sometimes we talk about it. Sometimes he makes a big stink about it.
Hello, everybody. It's Jake. And I am the proud owner of a Buckees onesie.
Oh,
I got from Texas on Friday.
Nice. Which Buckees did you go to?
Ooh, not McKinley. It was north of McKinley. It was like right across the border of Texas.
Richardson?
Possibly.
McKinney.
No.
McKinney's the most recently opened one.
Okay, yeah, because it looked pretty damn new. Looks pretty good.
I usually stop at the one in Denton on I-35 because I usually go through Oklahoma City most of the time because I'm either leaving from Oklahoma City after hanging out with friends or I've picked someone up in Oklahoma City. We're going down for a show. But the Denton Buckees is my home. I've taken many a photo with the old bronze buck out front.
We
have a picture with a bronze buck.
Nice.
We stopped at the one going from Mobile, Alabama to Florida.
Uh-huh.
Dude, it took me 45 minutes to get out of that parking
Yeah,
lot.
it's rough.
And nobody knows how to merge correctly.
No, they're in Alabama. They marry their cousins.
Like, there was literally a lady just standing between cars to let her, her vehicle get through.
Ma'am, this isn't how traffic works.
I'm like, but she was like 3 cars back and she was just standing there like, I'm like, that's not how this works.
That defeats the purpose, ma'am.
Yeah,
What are
like
you
you're
doing?
literally holding up I will literally run you over if I have to.
Is that legal in Alabama? Because it might be.
I mean,
I don't know.
what's crazy is there was like 7 cop cars there. Not one of them could have directed traffic.
Nope. It's Alabama. Again, they can't read.
It was ridiculous.
Second grade reading capabilities.
It was ridiculous.
They like 40. I gotta know. I gotta figure out where Alabama ranks in public education in the United States now.
It's low because Oklahoma is actually like one of the lowest.
I think Oklahoma's 49th, but
We're probably
I think it's either 49th or 48th. Yeah, but I think Oklahoma's like just right above that. There was like the last one. I think I wasn't expecting it because I did look it up before because I made it a post before of like just found. No, I think we're 42nd because I made a post about it on Snapchat before.
Yeah.
Be like, hey.
What'd you find out?
I've
just
found
pulled the chart
it.
up. Yeah, he found the chart, not the chart, but the map.
Is it
There
going
we go.
numerical order or?
Yeah, it's in numerical order. Oklahoma. What?
What are we?
What?
We have to find out how old this map is.
I'm
I
nervous.
don't know if I trust this one.
Are we like better than you thought or?
I bet it was made in Oklahoma.
I don't even see Oklahoma. Okay, 47th. There we go.
Okay. Where's Alabama?
47th.
Alabama, 44.
Oh, so they're smarter than we are.
Yeah,
So
they
we
are
can't really
smart.
talk. We can't really talk crap on them.
Yeah, I mean, we're in Oklahoma, so we're so stupid that we actually don't realize.
Man, we don't know. We just don't know. We
just
live in a
don't know.
state of denial.
Who's 50?
Louisiana. So
That
you
doesn't
know,
surprise me, honestly.
Alabama, part 2.
Yeah,
I mean, really?
yeah. I mean, it's the bayou. You fight for survival.
Yeah, they're
And
like, why would we
crawfish.
why would we read books when we can fight alligators?
Yeah, why would we read books where you can just fish and like party? Like,
Crawfish.
sounds good.
And have vampires and stuff.
Oh man, I miss how good of a show True Blood was until it wasn't a good
I
show.
was hoping he was going to say Supernatural.
It was good. Like the first half of the show was good.
It's like season 5, it just got too wacky.
Yeah.
Just too. We used to watch that show religiously in the house.
Oh, I know.
Jesus Christ, what was wrong with us? We were just after lusty vampire. We just were trying to live vicariously through them.
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, why
Dude,
not?
I mean, it had Lizzie Kaplan in it in season 1 or 2. She was like, what was Jason Stackhouse? Like her little brother, or it was his girlfriend for a little bit, and they got super fucked up on the vampire blood, and then they were like, "Oh, we're gonna get clean," and then she ended up ODing on vampire blood or some shit like that.
That's odd.
Yeah, I was really upset about
It's
it.
weird to hear
ODing on
ODing on vampire blood.
Was it vampire blood? I can't remember. Or no. They were fucked up on vampire blood, and then someone came in there and killed her, trying to pin it on Jason.
Oh,
Remember,
yeah,
because they choked her out. It was one of the
Yeah,
other. Yeah. Man, that show was good until it wasn't. Holy cow! It just got so wacky. It got so wacky, tying fairies and weird bull demons, which I guess that was kind of cool, but I don't know. It was a weird time.
Between like trying to watch these 2 shows that I've been watching, between like my kids not being around while I watch it,
Yeah.
like Vikings is really good,
Mm-hmm.
but it has like a lot of like sex scenes in it.
Hell yeah.
But it doesn't show anything. But
It's implied. It's the implications.
it's well, I mean, it shows like it'll show like a chick like riding a dude, but like you don't see anything.
They're wrestling. They're just wrestling.
But and then American Horror Story, I'm trying to get caught up on.
I want to watch. I need to start the new season. Like it's like the return to the.
I haven't even got to the new season yet.
What season are you on?
Shoot, which one am I on?
I've only fully watched the first season.
That's the best season. But that's the thing. This season is like a return to the house in season 1.
Yeah, but I think that's going to be a poll just because I realized that one was the best season.
I mean,
And I feel like
it's never been there's never been a bad season. There's been seasons that were arguably better than the others.
I didn't like the circus one.
Like I said, it wasn't.
Freak show wasn't.
It was okay, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't what I expect. Like I said,
I kind of like the
one,
witches one.
Which is Coven? I like Coven.
I liked
Coven
Hotel
was
a
good.
lot. Actually, I liked Hotel more than I should have. Honestly,
The very first episode, I was like, "Oh my god!"
That show definitely. That was the first time I've seen a show like that when I watched the first season, like when it was new, and it made me really uncomfortable.
that's the point. That's why I
I'm
love
sitting
about
there,
it.
I'm like,
when I first turned it on, I started at like 11:30 at night with all the lights off, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna wait till tomorrow to watch this."
the second I saw it,
You couldn't watch it in the dark.
It was scary. I got scared. I go,
no, the
so good,
leather suit made me really uncomfortable too.
Yeah, it made me want a leather suit even more.
I wanted one much less. I was
Give me a
like,
gimp suit. I am down.
I couldn't get in full leather, man. I already sweated.
Yeah,
enough.
I can't.
I'd actually prefer full latex. I think over leather, just for the
I couldn't
sake.
do anything where my whole body's just in something. I sweat it. I sweat enough as it is.
I wear like skin tight clothes all the time, so it would be just
I wear as
as little clothes as possible.
I got these thick thighs. I don't want to put them in latex.
yeah, same Z's. But
These monster thighs can't be handled.
anyway, DK, how was your week?
How was your Monday?
No, it's been
week.
It's been a week.
Yeah,
We recorded
weekend.
Yeah, we recorded
mainly.
Wednesday. It's been
Yeah.
5 days at least.
Yeah.
Let's rewind.
YouTube rewind.
No, it was another week. It was just kind of mundane, kind of one of those ones where you're just like, man, I'm ready for the weekend. And then the weekend came, and I didn't do shit. Like, didn't do anything exciting. Like I wanted to. I went grocery shopping. I did a ass ton of yard work. Went out. Saturday, I guess I did. Man. Okay, now let's rewind. I actually did some cool shit this weekend.
Okay,
I have
okay.
to, yeah.
Okay.
Breaking news.
So Friday I went and had dinner with a friend, hung out, chilled. Saturday woke up ass early, went to Tulsa, Honda Power Sports in Tulsa, and my uncle purchased 2 Honda Metros.
I saw that.
Yeah,
I saw that
two
on
little
I think Instagram. I think. Yeah.
2 little 50cc like Vespas, pretty much. One was like cream yellow, and the other was baby blue. So me and my cousin
Disgusting.
went and picked him up. So I'm not a small guy, being 6'2", 190 whatever pounds I am. My cousin is 6'4", like 205 pounds, 215 pounds. So he is much taller than me, makes me look like a small person. And he and I are cruising around Tulsa, like on these what essentially look like
Little mopeds.
yeah, like little tiny toddler bikes for us. They were so tiny that they were like uncomfortable to turn and everything. It was very, very unsafe. But so we rode them all over Tulsa, rode them to the gym. Everyone at the gym was like, what the fuck are these guys doing? And then they realized who it was, and they're like, oh, of course, DK and Dakota roll up on these goofy ass scooters. And then we drove them from like Midtown Tulsa all the way to Catoosa. Like, just took side roads the whole way, and the stairs we got were priceless. But then Saturday had like a reunion with a bunch of old people from my old job when I worked at the Hard Rock, and we just all went out and had dinner, had a couple drinks. But really, it was like a couple of my homies who were like OG, and then a bunch of kids who started there after we quit. So we were like, we don't know any of y'all. So this is kind of weird. So it was like 15 of them and then the 3 of us. So we kind of had like a different table over to the side, and we just, but it's people who I hang out with all the time anyways. So it was just kind of like, bah. But yeah, then Sunday was groceries, yard work, and then here we are.
Woo.
So yeah, it was a pretty all right week, but
Not bad.
yeah, just a little bit of brain funk, a little bit of aches, a little bit of pains, just a little bit, just kind of feeling under the weather, but not under the weather.
Right. Yeah.
I think it's kind of like
I think it's something about the weather.
I think that might be it.
I think it's because we went, like, the temperature dropped and then ramped right back up.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of making people exhausted.
Yeah,
And
like we
just
thought the dog days were over, but
Yeah.
here they are. How about you, Jake? How was your week?
Ooh, so of course, like Wednesday we recorded, of course. So Thursday, regular day, truck came out at normal time. Wasn't anything exciting. And then Friday at like 8:30 in the morning, sitting there at work with my friend Tay and my friend Brooke, and we're sitting there working with everybody else. And then Tayne turns to me and she was like, "You want to go to Texas?" And I'm sitting here like, well, it's 8:30 in the morning. And I guess I don't have anything else to do on my Friday. Like, we're not doing the show on Friday. I have nothing going on Saturday or Sunday. I'm like, I guess I have a really open schedule. And I asked her, like, what are we going to Texas for? And she says, "Oh, I just want to buy a car." And I'm like, "Well, why don't you just buy a car here?" She's like, "Oh, well, they don't sell a car here." It was
exclusive.
it was a
Texas?
2022 Honda Touring, which it's virtually like self-driving. It has the ability to, like, you press a button and it focuses on your lane.
Yeah.
So, like, as long as you're like touching the steering wheel, it just keeps going. And then the cruise control is nice and it controls pretty well. I liked it. I got to drive it actually,
Nice.
which
How did it
was confusing why I was
accelerate?
allowed to drive it. What?
How did it accelerate?
So it's a CVT.
Yeah, so it's got
transmission. So it's really, it's just continuous shifting. Like there's no actual switching gears. So it's super smooth.
I mean, is it gas or electric?
Gas.
Oh, it is gas. Okay, I was
Yeah,
confused.
it
when you said
wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't an electric car. It's not.
Ah.
Yeah, it's not that nice.
Not that cool.
No.
Okay.
Which, I mean, being around like this, because I mean, I work with her, so being around this area is like, where can you really charge? I don't know where you can charge.
You'd have to set it up at your house.
Yeah.
I mean,
there are some
Tusa.
charging stations.
Yeah, and there
If
are
you
a
live in
couple
an
around.
apartment, like, what do you do about an apartment and you have an electric car?
Extension cord.
I think a lot of newer apartment. I mean, and a lot of apartment complexes now, like they are putting them in, especially around Tulsa.
Okay.
So
yeah, I'm talking about like specifically Claremore.
yeah, like you'd have to have like one where you pay for a parking spot that you could run something out to. But around here, like I said, Catoosa's got a supercharger station at the Hard Rock, and I think there's the next closest. I mean, there's a couple superchargers in Tulsa, one in Catoosa, and then I think the next closest one's like Miami, like up there, Miami area.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, they have it like they've laid out the supercharger system to where you can literally drive from East Coast to West Coast while hitting enough like to make the whole trip. It's just some places they don't have, they're a little bit thin comparatively, especially here in, northeastern Oklahoma, where we still fight for oil and everything like that.
I mean, yeah, one of the lowest educations.
But
yeah, so it was a really nice trip. I had forgotten that weed wasn't legal in Texas.
yeah, it's actually big in trouble in Texas. Like that's big trouble in Texas.
I had my carts and my pen on me, nothing else. But when we actually got to the dealership, I looked at him and I was like, "So if need be, I'll toss this shit or do something. I'll figure something out." Like,
that's always my least favorite thing about going to Texas. Like, is it's right next to us, and it's becoming bluer and bluer every day. But they still hate weed there.
love God, hate weed.
Sounds about right.
But yeah, the entire trip was, I mean, pretty nice. It was just me and Tayden and Brooke talking. Less of me talking, more me listening to their stories, because I got to hear, all the gossip. My favorite thing.
All the hot goss.
Yeah, all the hot gossip. Everything about work, everything about their families. I know everything about their families now.
Do you know their social security numbers now?
I mean, if I had a really good memory, I would know one of theirs. Yes. Actually, if I had a really good memory, I would know both of theirs because I was there when she did the paperwork for the car, and I was there when the other one was on their phone talking about their social security number and everything. So yeah. What was really nice is I had like a weird dad moment of driving back and they were both asleep and I was just having the music turned down. And the entire trip was just dad energy because every time we stopped somewhere and I walked off, they would just yell, "Dad! Dad, where are you?"
Dad, come back.
And every time I stood around, they're just like Fucking dad energy. Yeah, I'd be like sitting there, like hands in my pockets, just staring at people, or like arms crossed at a dealership, just talking to somebody. We're like talking about cars and grilling and shit. And they're like, fucking dad. So on the way back, it was like just complete dad energy of like 2 girls just passed out in the car and me just driving at like 1 a.m, quietly listening to music crossing the Texas border.
Quietly, you're the driver. You get to listen to music at whatever volume you want.
No, I listen to music quietly because I want to make sure that they can stay asleep.
Ah.
I want to make sure that they have a good sleep because the car ride was so smooth. Like even driving on the freeway, like going 95, fucking like smooth. Taking exit ramps are easy.
It's like it's a brand new car or something.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like a brand new smart car. It has like almost everything on it.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a peaceful Friday. I was in a funk Sunday because I don't know why. Like Saturday was a day of like just middle ground where like I just finished my Friday and I didn't even get home until like 1:30, 2 o'clock. So I slept most of my Friday away. And then Sunday I was just like, I don't feel right. Like something feels weird.
Something is off.
Yeah, it was just an odd funk. I think it was because I spent like almost 24 hours with people, and then I didn't spend time with anybody on Saturday or Sunday, so it was kind of like probably my body being like, oh no, you should see more people, because I'm impulsive, so when I'm doing something, I want to just keep doing something. Like I could have been on that road trip for like 12 more days. I would have been happy.
Usually after about 4 days of people, I'm done. I gotta have a recharge day. Like
it's like 1 day for me. I'm like, I need to.
It depends on who it is, because like
those two best friend.
Those 2 people are like more of the quiet, peaceful type. So it's not like it's not a constant battle of like people like trying to one up somebody else like with humor or like music or anything. It's really it was like calm, just people chilling. So it really wasn't exerting too much of my energy.
I just don't really like being around people that much. So like 1 day is.
You say that, but I
enough.
think it's just because you also like when you come home, you have 3 kids and a wife. It's like you don't get any you time.
Yeah, I mean, depending. On...
except for when you're in your car driving. Actually, like most of your work day.
Yeah,
it's kind of you time.
But not really. I mean,
it's kind of you time. It's not you doing things you want to do time.
Yeah,
but it's
so
you
that's
by
not
yourself
me.
time.
That's not me time. If it's not something I want to do, that's not really me time.
It's not his time.
It's not relaxing.
Could be.
Me time's supposed to be relaxing.
I feel that. I make sure my me time is most excellently relaxed.
My me time's weird. I don't mean that in any weird way. But my me time is always like me just sitting there thinking about stuff.
Yeah.
I don't have no.
I saw the subconscious hand movement.
Yeah, involuntary hand movement.
My me time.
He started thinking about me time. He's
muscle memory
that's
is
what
like,
I do.
I just spend a lot of time thinking. Yeah. But no, I spent a lot of time like trying to process like how my time's been. I think a problem is that I don't spend enough time quietly. I spend a lot of time with noise. Whether it's head noise of me constantly thinking and never shutting the fuck up, or noise of just music, video games, TV, whatever's around. I need to spend
distraction.
Yeah, I need to get in. I think I need to get into like serious meditation, like moments of like 30 minutes of like trying to focus and
I
just
do it every
quiet.
morning. It's good for you.
I do stretching every morning. Every morning I try to stretch and it makes me like feel better.
But practice mindful meditation when you do it. Be mindful of your stuff.
Be full of mind. So Cam, how was your week?
Well, first of all, I want to talk about something I forgot to talk about last week. So I go to a location and I'm going to collect from the washers and dryers.
Yeah.
And the manager of the establishment walks in and he's like, hey,
I think you're really cute.
No, he said, when do you guys think you'll be able to fix this? And he pulls the dryer door off the top of the dryer. And I was like, oh, when did that happen? He goes, you want to hear a good story? He's like,
I did it just now.
I was like, yeah. And then I look at the dryer door and the glass is like cracked, like really bad. And he goes, we went back to look at the cameras to see who owed us a new dryer door. And you'll never guess what we found.
It was you.
And I was like, what? And so he pulls out his phone and we're watching the security camera. And you're just looking at an empty dryer or empty laundry room. You look at the dryer that is in question, clear. You can see the clothes inside of it. All of a sudden, you see the whole thing fog up. An orb come across the screen. Boom! Shattered.
What?
Yeah, I know. Dude,
No way.
it gave me total chills.
Oh,
I was
what?
like, oh my! And then he goes, and when your guy came to work, like look at it. There was a dryer that was completely shut, and it popped open and hit him in the head.
Huh?
Yeah, I was like, wow, that's creepy,
That's a bit, yeah,
but awesome.
yeah, no, for sure, that's awesome.
Like,
but
I watched it from 2 different angles,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, you just see this orb come out of the wall. Like you're looking at, like you can see the wall, you see the dryer. The orb just comes in, like out of the wall, bam, real fast, shatters the whole thing. But right before it, you just see the whole like glass fog up.
you should have had him send you that video. Man.
Yeah, I was
We
gonna say, I wanna see
can't
it.
because of the establishment they're in. There's laws, I guess. I don't know.
Man, I want to see
I
this,
know. It
dog.
was super cool, dude.
Ah,
It was really cool to see.
damn it.
But going on to my week this week,
Mm-hmm.
let's see, Thursday, not just normal day. Friday, I pretty much just spent all day playing Warzone. Maxed out my battle pass. Well, actually, I didn't max that out until
I was
Sunday
saying, no, you
morning.
didn't. Yeah, you maxed it out on Sunday.
Yeah. Saturday, me and you played.
Yeah, and also I can't launch Warzone anymore because the lobby just crashes.
That's weird.
Like every time I try to play it now, I'll get into the main menu,
Yeah.
and then when I get into the loading screen, it says DirectX error. And it just
Mine does that
crashes.
too.
Yeah,
Mine does
but
that
only
too.
only on Warzone. Everything else works perfectly fine.
Interesting.
Saturday we
Love it.
had the kids had like the back to school block party thing, which I am so thankful I have a son that's such a homebody, because like once we got all the like they got like free school supplies.
Mhm.
As soon as we got it, he was like, "Can we go home?"
I'm ready to go home.
I was like, "Yeah," but we had to wait until it started at 9. We were done by like 10, but we had to wait till 11 because my oldest daughter was recognized as a hometown hero
oh,
because of the organization. I guess they had
heroes.
a lot of people like nominate
She doesn't need
her.
that much ego.
She's got it though.
She's a child. You're giving her too much power.
You really are.
City
Yeah.
of Inola.
But she was all smiles. Like
Oh, yeah.
like you couldn't get that big old smile off her face.
No,
like,
for sure. I mean, she definitely deserves recognition for the stuff that they
Yeah.
do. That is very, like I said, I have friends who have been impacted by your guys' organization, and I think it's really,
I
really
think
cool.
normally my wife was saying they got like 9 or like maybe 11 blessing bags a month.
Mhm.
This month alone, we're only on day 9 and they're up at 46.
Holy
Yeah.
cow. That's crazy. That's crazy.
So, I mean, they're definitely doing good things. She just got internet put in over at the office, so that's really cool.
No, that is really cool. They're doing a really, really good thing, and I'm glad to see that is blowing up, taking off,
Yeah.
getting more.
It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps my wife busy though. That's
No,
for sure.
definitely.
She had to talk to her boss and like, can I just work 4 days a week? Because like I can't get caught up over there.
Exactly. Is that? And I know her thing is a nonprofit, but I mean, is that a direction like managing that is a direction that she like the way it's going? It looks like that might be a full-time gig.
Yeah, well, I mean, just depends on what the exponential growth is. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure eventually, yeah.
Yeah.
But she has people that help her and out. Like she has like people like high school students that want to get like their like community service. Like
Yeah.
they come and help with like labeling stuff and
Oh, that's
packing
cool.
shirts and stuff. That way they can get their hours in. And
Yeah, and then that's also helping
Yeah.
throwing back help into the community. That's
Yeah,
also, that's
exactly.
really, really cool. That is like that's the type of stuff that we need more of. That
Yeah, absolutely.
I love to see happen. It's great. It's awesome.
Yeah. So Sunday I finished my battle pass.
Mhm.
And then also finished Iron Banner and Destiny 2. And I swear that game, it really pushes me to use weapons I don't like using.
Yeah, I mean you have to a lot of times
Yeah.
just for the sake of using them to do certain.
Well, it was one that was like you had to get like 20 melee kills. I'm
Rip.
like, ugh. And then it was like 15 sniper kills. I'm like, ugh. Then it was like
Gotta pick
15...
up power ammo for that.
No, not anymore.
Oh, you
it's,
don't?
it's special ammo now.
Oh, interesting.
And then it was like shotgun kills. I'm like, oh my god, I hate my life.
Shotgun kills aren't bad. I mean, could you do it in like Iron Banner? That's PvP, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's shotgun kills in PvP.
I don't play shotguns or snipers though.
I don't play snipers in PvP.
I'm hand cannon, SMG, pulse rifle kind of person.
Trophy.
Yeah, it was rough, but I literally like hammered down and just knocked it all out in one day.
Since we're on the topic of video games, did any of you guys check out the Ariana Grande Fortnite concert?
No.
I've actually been a fan of every concert that they have done on Fortnite. The Marshmallow one was awesome. Like, 'cause that was the first one. It was really neat. The Travis Scott one was really, really cool.
I heard that one was like the best one.
But this Ariana Grande one, like, I don't know. There's something about I don't know how they do it, 'cause I don't even play Fortnite. Like,
I don't know. I don't know what it is. I just keep on hearing people talk about it.
I regret to
Fortnite
say that I
concert.
did play that this weekend too.
You did?
Yeah, I had a buddy of mine was like, "Hey, me and my kids are playing Fortnite. You want to play with us?" I'm like, "Sure."
Well, I mean, it's just not for me.
It's basically Warzone in third person and very cartoony.
I
It's
mean,
a
and you're
different
also
game.
building towers in seconds.
I don't ever do that.
Yeah, that was the thing. Is like once the skill level of building because I played like season 1 through 3 of Fortnite,
I played when I was new, yeah.
and then after that it was just like I can't keep up. This is not my
Yeah.
game. But no, like I've watched every concert that they've done just because I think there's something about it because it's like you are experiencing it with a global population.
Yeah.
Like you are. It's weird, but it's not weird. I don't know. It gives me kind of like this weird. It makes me like every Fortnite concert has made me feel emotional, but not like it's hard to explain. It's almost like,
how is the concert there? Like, I don't know what Fortnite concert means.
it's like
I'm very confused by the concept.
So usually it'll be like they'll build a video, build a scene, build something, and it's like on the map, like you drop in for the match, but you're only watching the concert. So the map is the normal 100 people that show up for the match. You all fly in and they play like it's certain times throughout the day, I guess. Now the Marshmallow one was only one time and the Travis Scott one was only one time. But they did the Ariana Grande one like each day this weekend, like Saturday and Sunday this weekend. But there's usually only like a 30-minute window that you can watch it in. And it's just like they build a bunch of custom in-game stuff. And it's just like, so what it started out like everyone was at this kind of like stage thing, like just sitting, like emoting, whatever, waiting for the concert to started. And then once the concert started, like a huge rift opened and it like blew everyone back and then it sucked them in. And then there was it wasn't an Ariana Grande song, but it was a song like, and there was a custom game mode that they had entered and everyone was like surfing on some weird ass like rainbow water slide crazy thing, and then it goes into the concert and they had like a huge Ariana Grande that everyone's just like watching and she sings her songs, and there's certain scenes that play through as they go through. I think she did like 4 songs, and then it's over and it's just kind of like,
so is it like a live video of Ariana Grande?
no, it's still in.
Well, I mean, but like it's it's actually her.
Well,
in a video.
No, it's like her on the screen. Like they built they have an Ariana Grande character in Fortnite now. They have, and it's just a huge version of her and it's like they've got it choreographed and everything, like where she dances, where she walks through certain areas. It was really cool. Like you can check it out on YouTube. It was fun to watch. It's like I said, every time I've watched one, they're an enjoyable watch just because it's music. You're not necessarily playing Fortnite, but you're experiencing. Right. It's like experiencing a concert in a video game, just a different way to experience it.
I had like a really fun, like 30-second
orgasm.
Triple, kind of a triple kill.
You posted that. Yeah, you posted it.
Yeah.
I saw that. That was good. I was like, ooh, he's salty on them sticks.
Well, it's just weird because like when I first started playing Warzone, snipers were not my thing.
No, snipers. But the thing is like once you learn them in Warzone, you gotta play them.
Well, I saw that one guy like running along that wall, and I was like, all this poking open is his head. I have to get him. And then I saw the other guy run in, and I was like, oh, should I go for him? And then he like was in there, and then I saw the other dude crawl, and I was like, I'll take him out. Then I just splattered that dude's brains against the wall.
It was good. It was a good kill.
I liked it.
I liked it too. It was nice.
I only cut out like maybe 5 seconds of that so it wasn't so long.
Mm-hmm. But no, it was good. It was a classy kill. At first I was like, oh, I was like, oh, that was some distance. I didn't expect the triple, and then the triple happened, and I was like, my man.
I got one that same day, but I was like streaming through my computer, and you can't like record it. and it was like a 650-meter headshot with a sniper. I was like, oh, and he was floating in, like he was dropping in.
Oh, he dropping in. Damn.
Like I could look, like as soon as I killed him, I could hear the other guy go, "Fuck this game."
I love DEFCOMs. They're so good.
Like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, there was a lot of points this weekend that I was like, "Fuck this game." So when I got to hear someone else say it because of me, I was pretty happy because it doesn't happen very often. But it was a good time.
Mm-hmm.
I just all weekend I was playing with people that didn't have mics or didn't speak English. I'm like, what? This sucks.
Communication is number one in battle royales.
Yeah,
Like, if you're not communicating, why are you playing?
exactly. Like,
I like to play solos.
I don't
Do
like
no
solos.
fill.
I don't like solos.
I've done no fill and gone like in like the top 5.
Yeah, if I'm gonna run solos, I'm gonna run no fill just because, like, especially in Apex. I mean,
Yeah.
otherwise I run off and people get pissed and they'll just yell at you the whole time. So I'm just like, no fill.
I stick with my team, but like most of like they'll be like, oh, let's drop here, and I'm like,
That's a bad drop.
That's a bad drop, but okay, we'll go for it, and then we do it, and I'm like, yep, told
That
you
was a bad drop.
that was a bad drop. We all died real quick.
I've been slacking on the gym these last couple of weeks. Feel sad about it.
What? I didn't understand a word.
So
I've been.
I've been slacking on the gym these last couple of weeks, and I've been sad about it.
Uh-oh. You
I've
should
dropped
fix that then if you're feeling sad about it.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I've
dropped
just
8
been.
pounds.
I've been
man.
working nice. I've been working just longer hours, so it's like when I get off work, I don't have the energy for it. Either that, or it's like already like 3:30 in the afternoon, where it's like, oh, I have to be in bed in like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I was 284, and then now I'm 276.
Keep
so.
up the good work.
Got
Have
about
you still
50
going without
pounds.
soda? Still soda free?
I've had 2 since
Since last we spoke.
since Wednesday, so 2 in 5 days ain't bad.
Nice.
Well, one was a Mountain Dew Zero, but still not
Still
great.
soda. It's
Still soda. Still soda.
I was actually starting to get bad about soda again too, because I was spending more time at work. So I was like getting more soda, and now I'm having to cut that back down again.
Ooh, you know what you need to try? Raspberry water. So good.
Raspberry
I'm just
water?
drinking plain water.
Raspberry water. I love the flavor of raspberry.
See, but
But raspberry flavor doesn't taste anything like raspberry.
Doesn't matter. Still
Doesn't
good.
matter.
Still good.
I'm trying to get like just really accustomed to just plain water, so I don't feel like I have a need to have something that has to be flavored.
Yeah. I've
Because
just
like
been doing those probiotic waters.
They're pretty good.
They are good. I just hate when the puncture thing doesn't puncture right, and then you're like, ugh, now I gotta really work to get this flavor in here.
I like make sure that all of the water, like there's no anything at the top.
Oh, yeah,
before,
I do
and I'm
too.
like, I push it real slow, and then pop it back up, kinda, and I'm just like, all right.
Well, no, like I had one where whenever I popped it, like the stuff didn't come down.
Oh, no.
Like so I had to like open it, push it back up, and then like turn it upside down, squeeze the bottle to get the water in there, and then just like pump it down.
I've done that a couple times as well.
It's so annoying. I'm
They're
like, it's so much work
inconvenient
just to
times.
drink some water.
do either of you listen to Jordan Lucas?
Nope.
Don't even know who that is.
He has a diss track of a guy named Tory Lanez, and the diss track is over the you know the song Z?
Bye.
Oh, Travis Scott. I don't know if it's by Travis Scott, but at least it's featured in the song.
I don't listen to the hip hops.
It's a really funny diss track. We have to when we take a break. I'm gonna play it for you guys.
Okay.
It's funny. It's funny, but it's also like pretty insulting to the guy.
Oh, it is a diss track. So
Yeah,
that makes sense.
It's very.
It would be a
it's
really
very good.
bad diss track if it wasn't insulting to the other guy.
Hey man, you look great. I hope you have a nice day. You
know,
the shoes you
A
wear.
real,
I
a
hope
really
they don't
polite
hurt your
Eminem.
You know, instead of why don't someone take the initiative to do a compliment track?
I'm down for that.
I feel like Little Dicky's probably done a couple.
Everyone just wants to diss on everyone. Why can't we just lift someone up?
Compliment track.
Yeah.
Compliment track.
I would actually like to see like videos of like two rappers trying to compliment each other
Yo, man, I like
in
your
a head-to-head.
shoes.
Yeah,
It
like
doesn't-
whoever's the nicest wins the rap battle.
Whoa.
I know that song.
That was so loud.
Whoa.
It's weird how you can hear like a couple seconds and immediately like grasp what it is.
I
Like
didn't
not
know
even a
what that
couple seconds. That
was.
was like 1 second.
I don't even know if we have to cut that out.
No,
No.
It was.
Yeah, I think it has to be
Okay.
something like 10 seconds or something.
It was literally two notes of a song.
I don't know. I don't know the rules anymore.
I don't even know what it was. It was some.
I recognize the song.
All
It
I
sounded
know
like
is
an anime intro. Is what
It
I'm
did.
assuming it was an anime intro because it was a
almost-
TikTok or it was a reel on Instagram of
For-
some girl dressed up as a little anime character.
For a millisecond, it sounded like Flyleaf.
Definitely wasn't.
Of course, it wasn't Flyleaf. That'd be really weird to have like a weird like person in anime and be listening to Flyleaf in the background. That's a band that like not many people actually know of anymore. I don't think.
They haven't produced anything since like.
Oh my god, how long?
I'd
is
say
it?
longer than 15 years since
Yeah.
they've produced anything.
it's been a long time.
There's a lot of bands that I like used to really enjoy that haven't put out anything in like 15, 20 years.
Angels and Airwaves putting out a new album.
I didn't realize Wu-Tang Clan was still putting out music.
I thought it was interesting. I like Angels and Airwaves.
I know you do.
I don't think I've actually listened to one of their songs.
Not really my jam.
I got a couple good
not
songs.
my
It's not like Blink 182 where you could just like listen to the whole album and love every song.
I'm not a big Blink 182 fan either. There's a couple of songs I'm like, yeah, okay. The voice is fucking annoying. I'm sorry. Drives me
This is
crazy.
coming from the man telling us that he likes Nickelback. That voice
That's
is
true,
annoying.
yeah.
It's not annoying. It's just I feel like everyone's heard it too much.
That's just because everyone loves it.
Nickelback, yeah.
No. Blink 182.
Because everyone says they hate Nickelback, but everyone listens to Nickelback.
I don't know any person in my circle of people who will go out of their way and put Nickelback on.
But if it comes on, they'll sing to it.
No, I guarantee that they would say change it.
Oh.
I would definitely would say change.
I would say
You
change
would
it.
not.
Yes, I would.
We've listened to Nickelback together.
Yeah, I'm not a. I didn't want to. I didn't ask you to turn it on.
I didn't turn it on. It's on the radio.
Well,
That's
yeah,
different.
It's
That's-
different.
And everyone knows the words, and everyone sings along, and everyone's happy.
That doesn't make it good at
It's
all.
good. It's good
Yeah,
music.
It's just mainstream. Like
It just
Doesn't
has
make
a
it
huge,
good.
It's just been in everything, and it's been around for.
Because they're a good band.
How long have they been around?
too long.
Put
Way
that fucking
too
horse
long.
out to pasture.
Only since like the 90s.
You weren't even born in the 90s. You got like 6 months of them?
Like
2
2 years
years.
of them?
So you weren't cognitive in the 90s.
No.
Be
But they
20
were around.
He'll be
but they're
24 next
What does that have to
month.
do with? I said they've been around since the 90s.
I'm just saying that's
That's
like,
just a fact. They've been around since the 90s.
He'll be 24 next month, so you have like 4 years of the 90s.
I mean, since I was born in 97, yes.
Oh, so 3 years of the 90s.
That's why I said 3 years,
Actually,
yes.
if he was born in 97, it was
like 2 years.
2 years and 2 months.
2 months. Nice.
2 years and 3 months, yeah.
3 months, whatever. I was there for 10 years.
Cool.
I'm here for all of it.
Yep.
Every bit.
I was born literally October 31st, 1989. I was there for all of the 90s.
Do you remember when you switched on? Do you remember your first memory?
No. Like, I
remember the time period.
I'm asking if you if you can recall your very what is your oldest memory that you think is
My
what you
oldest?
clicked on, what the one that you think is when your mind started remembering things.
mine, I want to say, from what I can remember, I was probably like 5. And I remember we were playing something on the jungle gym, and I thought I was like, oh, you're not. We were playing tag or something, and so I just tried to do some parkour stuff, and I jumped off the very top of it. And when I landed, I didn't get my balance right, and I ran right into a piece of wood, and I had this big old black eye.
Nice. Do you remember your switch on?
I feel like I remember moving from. So my parents had me in Oregon, and then they moved to Texas. I think they moved to Texas when I was 5.
I was 9 when they moved to Texas.
So so maybe that. I don't know, because I remember being in an apartment somewhere where we couldn't have our dog Toby, but we had our dog Toby, which was a pit bull mix, a pretty big dog, and we were having him in the closet hushed, Like, I think I was in the bathroom with him, or at least, like, near the door, like, trying to keep him calm, while the owner of the apartments were coming around checking on things. I don't know how old I was, but that's, like... If it was... if we were moving around apartments, it definitely was before Granbury, which means I was pretty young.
Yeah, because you guys didn't get Toby until you were in Texas, and lived in, I think it was Grandma's house.
That was in Granbury, and this was before Granbury.
You guys didn't get Toby before that.
Maybe it wasn't. Well, I think we've had like 3 Tobys.
I don't think so. I think it was just the one.
I feel like we've had a couple.
Like you guys had to get rid of Toby, and then
we found him.
Yeah, at the
we can go over that story later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
That was a weird story, but but I don't remember because from Granbury we moved to Tyler. And then from Tyler, we moved to Henderson. Then Henderson, we moved to Houston. Houston, we moved to here. And I don't it was definitely before any of that because we didn't go into apartments where we couldn't have a dog anywhere between there.
Well, I just know at that house in Granbury, at Grandma's old house, that's when they were all puppies. Because we had Gabe and the other Judas and the other one.
Yeah, what was
I can't remember her name.
I can't do it. Because I do remember them fighting.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, and that situation.
One of them died.
One of them died. Yeah, one of them died.
Because you know what it's like when pit bulls fight?
Yeah.
It's a big time.
It was a male and female too, wasn't it?
Well, no, Toby and Judas got into it over the female.
Yeah.
They were trying to assert dominance, and it got a little heated.
I remember that vividly. I was in my bedroom looking down from my window watching it.
I wasn't there at the time.
I have fun memories.
I know whenever Dad gave me Gabe, he literally, I had him on one of those runners, and it had a hiking clip attached to his collar. And one day when I came home from school, that hiking clip was broken too.
Oh man!
And those things are supposed to hold significant amount of weight.
Yeah.
And so there was something he wanted real bad.
He might have got it.
Yeah, and I remember Dad blamed me for losing him. I'm like, he wanted gone. I don't know what you. He also had a choker collar on, the ones with the prongs.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever he wanted it.
Yeah,
and nothing was stopping him.
He was trying to get it.
But I remember I called and told Dad, and he was blaming me for it. I'm like, what do you want me to do, man? I was at school.
I put him on the runner.
Yeah.
I also remember when they had all their dragon memorabilia.
Oh my god! And
there's
swords all over the wall.
Yeah, there's swords on those plastic
That's
wide
awesome.
shelves.
That is awesome.
I remember
it was the entire living room.
Yeah,
Every
it was
wall
it was
filled with
3
swords and dragons.
3
Oh,
big
wow.
wide plastic shelves full of this memorabilia. Because it was that time.
You know how you titled last episode "Ultimate Cringe"?
Yeah, we got Ultimate Cringe Part 2.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was cool at the time.
Hashtag Dad Cringe.
Dad cringe. No, I feel like all dads have that weird cringy phase because I feel like my dad had one as well.
I feel like all men have that weird cringy phase.
I remember Dad gave me one of the swords because he bought a second one of the exact same one he had, so he gave me one, and I remember it was snowing and we made a snowman, so I grabbed the sword and I was like, I'm gonna decapitate this bitch.
And I broke the handle.
No, I don't even know what happened to that sword.
You
it
lost
didn't
the family
break.
heirloom?
Yeah, apparently.
Fairly heirloom from a thrift shop.
Yeah, it costs $12.
Hell yeah. All the most excellent of Japanese katanas cost $12.
I remember my appendectomy pain from when I initially had my appendix burst.
Yeah, when you
I
guys
think I was 9 when that happened.
literally dropped us off at my mom's house, and on the way back it just ruptured.
Yep.
Oof.
Yeah, that was a fun time. That was very enjoyable.
I
remember when Dad got caught on fire. That was a fun time.
I wasn't there for that, but
I was literally in my room playing on my PS2 playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist of the Roses.
yeah.
Either that or I was playing Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3. I don't know which one it was. But yeah, and then I hear a bang and a scream, and apparently Dad had hit the frying pan he was making potato wedges on because he tripped on Toby.
Yeah.
And then the oil hit him, and then he caught on fire, and then part of the house caught on fire, and then he dropped a fire extinguisher on his toe, and it turned into a plum.
I remember
Then
him.
I held him up while his
he had like
flesh
3rd-degree
hung off.
burns like all down the side of his body.
Yeah, his skin was literally hanging off of his body, and then he hopped into the pool naked, and I held him up.
Which cold water is like the last thing you want to jump into when
Yeah,
you're.
there you go. Oil burn. Good times.
Yeah, that was a fun time.
Skin grafts.
Yeah. Ugh. God, I couldn't even imagine.
That made me upset that they shit on Armia too, because I was like, oh, that's actually it was one of my favorite games.
On what?
Dungeons and Daddies, when they kept on like shitting on Armia too. It was like, oh, that's one of my favorite games actually.
That game was kind of trash.
I never even played the second one because I heard the second one was just complete horseshit. The first one was fun.
It was for like 5 minutes, and then it was like we're doing the same thing over and over again.
It was
Circles around me.
it was pleasing to just like, it's just one of those games where you can just like get a gun, mow down bad guys. It was like just extra.
Yeah.
It was an extra game. It was just fun to just cause. It was like, it had the same energy of like playing like Prototype, of like just cause mayhem.
I never played
blow
that.
things up. That was
Wait,
fun.
yes, I did. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did.
Prototype was fun.
That
yeah.
was the game that ruined me on pre-ordering.
Prototype?
Really? Were you disappointed by Prototype?
100%. I had been waiting for that game for 3 years when it came out, and it was not
guess
what
I
was
didn't-
promised at all.
I had never heard of it. I just saw like this game came out and I saw it like at GameStop and I bought it.
No,
I guess I never got hyped for it.
It was the last time, like I said, that's why I don't pre-order anything
Yeah,
anymore.
mine was the same. Like, I saw it at GameStop. I was like, sure, I'll try it.
No.
It cost me $3. Why not?
I think maybe that's the issue. Is like if you don't pay attention to video games and you just see a game come out, you might want to play it. But when you keep on hearing about it,
Yeah.
you get like, you just get an idea.
I think I would have even been disappointed with Prototype
just playing it.
just playing it without even being hyped about it, because you reach, like, if you play the game, you're max powered in the game way before you're done, like 3/4 of the way done with the game, and
That's
then
fair.
that was it. It's like I got 3/4 of the way done with this game, the game that I had waited like 4 years at the point of when I got it, and I never even finished it. I was so disappointed with redoing the exact same thing over and over and over again when this game was, when it, like, I had waited and watched so many like interviews and videos about how it was supposed to be so groundbreaking and how it was supposed to be the game changer of open world sandbox style games, and I was just really, really underwhelmed. I was just like, this feels like I'm playing Spider-Man 3 on the PlayStation 2 again.
It did have a
was a
Spider-Man-esque feel
vibe.
to
Yep.
it.
Yeah.
And
the second you mentioned that, I was like, oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
I was actually going to say that. I was like, it kind of reminded me of playing Spider-Man, but like you get to actually kill people.
But I
so that
loved
was
Spider-Man 3.
But I mean, I loved it too when it came out, when
the
I
best
was
Spider-Man game.
little. I mean, Into the Spider, or the newest one, is also awesome.
Is it?
It's so fucking good for
'Cause I-
PlayStation 4.
Because for so long,
God.
they just made really disappointing Spider-Man games.
No,
cool.
Spider-Man 3 was so
My son
good.
wants a PS4 just so he can play
It's
that.
so good, dude. It is good.
His favorite Spider-Man is Miles Morales.
Awesome.
So
I mean, he
That's
is a
the
great
good one, yeah.
Spider-Man.
He's a good Spider-Man.
I love Spider-Man. Spider-Man's literally my favorite superhero,
Mm-hmm.
and then my favorite anti-hero is Venom, and then my favorite villain is Carnage. And I cannot wait for Venom 2 to come out because I haven't even seen the first one, but
Venom 2.
I watched a clip of the second one. They had like the trailer, and it was like Butch Cassidy had just turned into Carnage, and he was like, him and Venom were facing off, and then Venom like went back, so it was just like Eddie Brock standing there, and he was like, buddy, this would be a good time for you to come out. And he was like, if I come out, do I get to eat everybody? And he goes, yeah, you'll get to eat everybody. He goes, all right, here I come.
Wait, has Carnage come out yet?
No, not
Movie?
yet, no.
Oh god, I want to see it.
I'm waiting for that one and the new
So-
Spider-Man movie. I've already told my son I'm going to go take him to see the new Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
So
I haven't seen the
that'll
last
be
one, and
December, I think. Comes
think
out
it's
in
December,
December.
The last one was, I mean, it was,
with Jake Gyllenhaal, right?
yeah, it was good. It was
It was good. Yeah.
It wasn't as good as the first one, but it was still good. I mean,
Yeah.
they've got the Marvel money to throw at it now, so it's kind of hard to make a bad one.
I say I really haven't liked.
Well, I think Tom Holland's honestly the
Yeah,
best
he's
Spider-Man.
such a good Spider-Man. Though.
I would say
He
I
really is.
haven't liked Spider-Man since like Tobey Maguire. But then Tom Holland, I'm just like, I mean, this dude's just funny.
Yeah,
Like,
he
he just has such innocent, confused like energy. It's just like,
well, he's like literally the best of both. Like,
yeah, he is.
he's a good Peter Parker and a good Spider-Man. Whereas like, oh my God, what's his name? Andrew Garfield was a good Spider-Man, but not a good Peter Parker.
Yeah, true.
And
he was like too good of a Peter Parker, where it's like it's not realistic. It's like no, Peter Parker's
and
supposed
Tobey
to be a
Maguire
loser.
was a good Peter Parker, but not a great Spider-Man.
Yeah, didn't translate well.
No, but Tom Holland's figured out how to do both. I still loved when he first got introduced in Civil War, whenever he comes and like grabs Cap's shield, he goes, "Oh man, I could have done the landing better," but and Iron Man's like, "Underoos, we're good, we're good." He's like, "Hey Cap."
It was a really good scene. I was like, oh my god.
He plays a really good Spider-Man, but
He just plays like just an innocent kid. It's so good.
Yeah, it really was. Like there was a scene whenever Robert Downey Jr. was talking to him, like whenever he tells him to like move over, that was completely improvised. Like he wasn't like that. Tom Holland was sitting in the wrong spot, and so in order for him to sit down, he was like, "Yeah, scooch over." And then I think the scene where they like Tony Stark went to go open the door for him, and like he thought it was like a hug, so he went in for. He's like, "I'm just trying to open the door." He goes, "Oh, I thought it was a hug. Sorry."
Yeah,
that was improvised too. It was so good. I love like I get like I follow like the Marvel stuff on Facebook, so like I get all those little like top 12 or 12 improvised scenes in the MCU. I'm like, I love reading them because they got some good ones. They got some pretty good ones.
Yeah, like a year back, I went down a weird rabbit hole of just watching Robert Downey Jr. interviews. Because like something about watching like through the Iron Man movies and through the Marvel movies, I was like, and then knowing a little bit about his life, I was like, I want to hear like how he talks to people. I want to hear these conversations and just hear him.
He's
talk
like
about his
he's
life.
so genuine.
He is,
and he still he literally is.
Go back to like 90s Robert Downey Jr.
That's what I'm saying. Like knowing that part of him, like knowing his criminal history,
No,
and his childhood.
What's crazy
like,
is like Robert Downey Jr. and Tony Stark are the same.
Oh
person.
yeah, for
like,
sure.
He is just himself with a different
got-
name.
exactly.
Like, it's great. There was so have you watched all, like any of the Thor movies?
Yes, I've seen, I believe, all of them.
You know the game Get Help that they play with, like him and Loki play, or like he's just like, "Hey, my brother needs help," and then he throws it.
Yes.
That was made up. That was an improvised game.
Where he's just holding Loki.
I love it in.
My brother needs help.
I think it was Ragnarok. Yeah, it was Ragnarok, and he was like, Loki was like, "Please, let's not. This is humiliating."
Is that where he throws him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, this is humiliating. I don't want to do this.
And they do it. Oh, yeah, that was the Thor, like the first movie is such a different vibe from the other movies.
Yeah.
The original Thor movie.
Well, if you watch any of the originals of any of them, it's completely different.
You watch Iron Man and tell me that how many years later?
The first
years
Iron
later
Man I
that
still
we're gonna
feel
be-
like is the best Iron Man, just because it has that like original energy to it. It feels like I don't know. How to explain
3
it.
does it for me. The Iron Man 3.
Which one was 3? The one with the dude with the electric whips?
No, that's 2.
That's 2.
You
I
know
thought it
that
was 3.
you know in whenever he finally says that I am Iron Man, that was improvised too. Like that wasn't even his line at all. He was just like, I think what it was like he said he forgot his line, so he just said that, and they were
Why
like,
not say it?
that works.
We'll do it.
I mean, you gotta figure that's gonna be in the movie anywhere or somewhere,
Yeah.
just because of I am Iron Man.
That was actually one of the first
Black
songs I
Sabbath.
learned how to play on guitar. That and War Pigs was my
War
first
Pigs, yeah.
solo.
I learned Smoke on
War
the
Pigs
Water.
is hard.
It was probably the first song I learned was Smoke on the Water.
And then
that
I
was-
learned Floods from Pantera. That ending is so hard.
First song I learned all the way through was In Keeping Secrets of Silent Earth Part 3 by Coheed and Cambria.
Well, because Dad is my dad and your dad, one of the first songs I learned was a lot of Eric Clapton.
Yeah.
And then after Eric Clapton, it was Stairway to Heaven. And then it was a lot of like Black Sabbath and why am I forgetting the name of this band? Oh, the band that sings the Joker. Steve Miller Band.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Steve Miller Band. Sunshine of Your Love.
I started out with Black Sabbath and then like somehow moved my way to like Sum 41 and Green Day and Blink-182.
Well, Green Day is naturally like everyone goes to Green Day.
It was like, how did I get here?
Like Wake Me Up When September Ends. Like you gotta know that song if you have a guitar.
Yeah, especially an acoustic.
Especially an acoustic, yeah.
Yeah,
I've never learned a Green Day song ever in my entire life.
they're pretty fun to play.
Wake Me Up When September Ends. Like playing that as like a kid and teenager, it's like
Holiday is fun to play too.
Holiday. I don't think I've ever learned how to play Holiday.
It's fun.
How have I not?
Song.
You know what? I have to. I have to open.
You want to know a song that will really test your forearm strength? Is from Green Day is Jesus of Suburbia because it's
that's my
because it's like
favorite
11
song.
minutes long.
It is, yeah.
But
why have I never? I've learned how to play like when it comes to songs. Like I'm just bad ADD. Like I can't play a whole song. I'll play my favorite part of the song. And they're just parts of Jesus of Suburbia.
I play until I get bored playing it, and then I'm like, okay, time to move.
Well, that's like halfway through the song for me. So like, all right, next song.
Well,
I feel like I learned the hard part, and
I'm like that until I play like Avenged Sevenfold or As I Lay Dying, because like you can't get bored playing those songs.
No,
they're so complex that it's like you're constantly moving. Like your ADD is like quenched so hard with those.
My thing is like for some reason I've never been able to solo. I've been trying to teach myself, but like I'm such a rhythm player. I'm just not a good solo player.
Well, I mean, there's people like that. Like
But like I love solos. I just want to learn how to how to rip one
scales and then learn how to play your scale. And
I need to learn. I've never learned the foundation. I've always learned just
a song.
I've always been like kind of self-taught. I've also taken lessons, but all my lessons have been just so fucking generic.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I've never taken a lesson. I'm completely self-taught. And when I started learning how to play solos, I was like, this is what I want to do. Solos are so fun to play.
Yeah, I need to learn. I need to relearn my scales. I definitely have forgotten most of them.
Well, whenever I had my band going, I remember I was co-lead singer, and people like were saying they weren't coming because they didn't like the sound of my voice singing. So I was like, to not be a meme, and I took that personally, and I actually quit the band. I was like, fine. I mean, if they don't want me, then fine. I won't be there. And it was like a month or so went by where I was just like learning. I was just learning scales. That's all I did. Like I actually rewrote one of our solos for one of our songs, and I remember they called me one night and they were like, "Dude, this band ain't the same without you. Like, we need you back." And I was like, man, I don't know. Like, it's been kind of relaxing not playing a show every weekend. Like, it's kind of nice. And they're like, yeah, we've played a show or we played like 2 shows, and it's not, that vibe's not there anymore without you there. So I was like, okay, I'll come practice and like kind of see how I feel. And they had like wrote a whole new song while I was gone, and that I had to basically like learn my own part for it just by listening like to the song. And they had like some ideas, but like I kind of like worked my way into it. But whenever I played the new solo for one of our songs, they were like, oh my god, that sounds so much better, because not only did it have scales, it had finger tapping in it. I mean, it was just, and I had like really fast picking in it. Like, it was, they were like, holy crap, you learned this in a month? I was like, I don't only learned it, but I rewrote this just by listening to, like, we had our own EP going. So like I was just listening to that over and over. I was like, how can I change the solo, because it's kind of boring the way it is. And so I rewrote it, and we played, I want to say we played like 7 more shows before we had 2 members quit, and it was just 2 guitarists. And it's like, what are you going to do with 2 guitarists?
Yeah.
Start an acoustic project.
Yeah. I mean, we could have, I guess. But I remember we played a show in Oklahoma City, and like, I don't know if I told this story or not, but first of all, like, we got there and it was just like a bar, and I was like, oh, this place is sketchy. I don't know. And we were trying to go over our set list, and I was wanting to add in a cover we had never done before, but we all knew how to play it. Like, we'd practiced it, we just never played it live. And they were like, no, let's not do that. Let's not put, because I was like, let's do 4 of our songs and 4 covers, because we're still a new band. So getting people to do, like, hear songs that are they know would be cool. And So we did that, and the lead singer from the other band comes up, like on our last. We're like, we got one more song for you, and he comes up. He goes, "No, I want you to do like keep going. Like we don't even want to go up now. Like you guys are like way better than we are." And I was like, "Dude, we only have like 3 songs left to play. Like
We can't do anything else.
we can't do anything else. I don't understand."
We'll restart the set.
But one of my favorite shows, we played a coffee shop in Tulsa. And it was like, what's crazy is there was only like 5 people in the audience. Like, it was not an advertised show, but like the vibe of it was just so chill. And then they had like 75 beanbag chairs, like all on the floor. So I remember we had literally a picture that we used for like, I can't remember. We used it for a profile picture. And we were going to use it for like an album cover. And we literally all jumped from the stage onto the beanbag chairs. Because there were so many, we just piled them up on top. And we were like, we can just jump and act crazy. So we all did like some different stances like in midair. And I can't remember who, I think it was Chuck that got the picture for us.
Old Chuck.
He was there for every show. He drove us to every show.
Yep.
Because we loaded everything in the back of that old Suburban.
Number 1 roadie, Chuck Clark.
Yeah, he was there for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Good times. I miss
Good
him.
times.
I've always wanted to be a singer, but you know, always.
You hit 2 different octaves at one time.
Yeah.
There you go.
See? He does. He literally hits 2 octaves at the same time.
Hi, my name's Ron Stampler.
Hi, I'm Ron Stampler.
Hi, I'm Ron Stampler.
Oh, God, we can't do
Emotionally
this.
detached stepdad.
We can't do this again. We can't.
I know.
We
It's
can't keep going back in.
we can't go back in, but I think we can go out.
We can. Yeah, I think we've done it.
We've done it another week.
I think we did it, y'all.
I think we've done it.
I think we did it.
We done dang diddly doed it.
Yep.
Okay, I'm done.
We did the thing. Hey,
Bye.
thanks for listening, and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Just search Absurdity Podcast. Look for us on YouTube, Absurd Entertainment. Patreon, search Absurdity Podcast. And hope you tune in next week. And toodaloo.
Toodles.
Bye.